Zidane Daney, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. Place your bets on how exhausted Electri will be tomorrow. Oh, for those of you who are unaware exactly what's happening, um, basically, when I'm recording this video, just a whole bunch of stuff has already happened in this one day, and it's just gonna get worse because now I have to not only edit this video, but I also have to edit the video that was supposed to come out today, which is the Demon Slayer video. Freaked out a bit because I wasn't 100% certain if the episode review came out and just all that stuff. On top of the fact that I also happen to be involved with another series over on Quixote's channel, so make sure to go check that out. And then tomorrow is a can meeting, so if you guys saw the Demon Slayer trailer, or Demon Slayer review, watch the end, because there's there's something there, so yeah. In case you haven't noticed, I'm going a little bit crazy. But anyways, let's actually talk about this week's chapter for My Hero Academia, and honestly, some pretty awesome stuff that's been going on in the My Hero community, as well as just everything going on right now is awesome. Oh. So this chapter starts off pretty self-explanatory with this image. Just, seriously. Can we just talk about the fact that both Horikoshi and Betancourt, I don't remember what the other, and I believe Furuhashi is his name, but these three people, those two and Horikoshi decide, possibly not connectedly, that they were both could do honestly amazing artworks for their chapters, and at the same time it's just insane to me that both of these artworks are honestly just amazing. I love them. But yeah, that's not really the point. The point is that as soon as the chapter starts off with Deku showing up ready to fight, with starting off with just random civilians are a random civilian is being harassed because she's out at night by just random people, and it's honestly chaos. Just knowing all that's going on in the universe of My Hero right now, and how everything is, the society is breaking down, to be honest. And that, coupled with just everything going on, is absolutely insane. These characters are going through some crazy stuff right now. The fact that it's not worse than it is honestly surprising. But yeah, Deku basically has to save this random woman who's being harassed because people think that she's a Nomu or something, or she's a villain, and it's not fun. It's really not. So Deku has to get her out of there, and then he hands her off to All Might to basically make sure that she gets to a safe location. All Might's just like, wait up, young Midoriya. Here's some food from your mother. Please don't forget to eat, and eat it quickly so it doesn't spoil all of this jazz. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Deku, you need to slow down. He's honestly hardly getting any chance to actually breathe, and it's actually insane knowing that Deku is trying so hard to just be a hero and make sure that people are safe without actually taking his own self into account. He doesn't really care about himself right now. All he cares about is making sure that other people are safe, and that's insanity. But then we actually get to see some stuff from the past. Or not the past, but the more stuff involving what went on while Deku was within his own mind. Basically, getting to see how while he was still unconscious, the others actually trained him more and more to actually learn how to use the lightning quirk, or the not the lightning quirk. Why do I keep calling it danger sense, and how to use smokescreen? Basically, practicing with both of those within the mind, so that he's ready for when it's actually time to use them out in the real world, which completely understandable and probably a really good thing to do. Also, just randomly, I'm remembering, um, there's actually this really cute moment when Deku is actually when Deku is in the real world, where he just floats up to hand that woman an umbrella so that she doesn't get wet. And it's honestly just cute that he has to float up in order to hand her an umbrella, and yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. Um, but yeah, that's just one thing. But back to actually while they're inside of his memory. Like I said, they're talking about all of that, but then we get some more information about the second and third user. It was honestly a bit unclear exactly what was going on between the second and third user, and why they got their quirks, what their quirks are. There's so much mystery around them, but this does give us some clarity on what exactly is going on. And one of the things that is really interesting is that the two of them hate All for One more than practically everyone else, and it's actually a bit insane. Like, they don't even want Deku to let Shigaraki live. They want Shigaraki dead. And that is insanity, but it also makes a lot of sense. They lived through what All for One actually did. Also, they actually reveal what the original user's name is, which I'm forgetting right now because I haven't read. I read the chapter like really early in the morning, and it's one line. So yeah, that's fun. Um, so we get to see that the new user, or we get to see how these users actually met the original user of One for All. And basically, the way that it happened is that these two are actually responsible for why he's actually out, and how he was actually able to resist his brother, because he was locked up, and these two came in. From what it sounds like, they were trying to take down All for One, but because of the fact that they were there, they were actually able to save the younger brother and get him out of there, then allowing the quirk to be passed between the three of them until it reached the third user, which then would probably get passed on to the fourth user. More than likely, what happened here is that the quirk passed pretty quickly. First passing to the second user, who I'm actually not certain what his quirk is anymore. A lot of people are trying to say that, oh, his quirk must be very similar to Bakugo's, or that he's an older ancestor of Bakugo's because the two of them look alike, which, I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of theories floating around right now, and I do want to address them before too long, but we'll talk about that in just a sec. But the second and third user help him, and then it gets passed to one, then it gets passed to the other, probably in battle. Basically, probably what happens is that they're all about to die, so they each pluck out a piece of their hair. The second user eats it. The third user then gets the power, plucks out his own hair, hands it off to the third user, and so on and so forth. It's probably not exactly that, but it wouldn't surprise me considering the fact that they look about the same age, and from what it looks like, they are what they look like when they die. And it's not like they went on living for multiple years. I mean, sure, it could have been a few years, but it was likely not very long. So, yeah, that's a bit crazy. Oh boy. Yeah. Passing on the quirk is kind of insane and really tricky to deal with. But yeah, they both saved him, and that's how he survived. And that's basically all the information we get. But apparently, because of that, they are at least based off of the fact that they actually talked about it. The first three users talked a little bit between themselves, and the first user reminded them, "Hey, you guys trusted me, so trust him, please. He's the one that we've selected. If you guys can too, then that means that we can do a lot. And we can actually save this person. We can help Deku reach his full potential." So, yeah. And then it goes off on the fact that everything's going to go faster now. Which, yeah, big whoop. Big surprise. Everything's going to get faster now that Deku has all of the quirks and is getting them practically instantly. More than likely, the second and third user were more than likely going to get an explanation of each of their powers in the next few episodes. Or the next few chapters, I mean. I'm actually taking a guess that it's at least enough time in a chapter where each of them would, or chapters for each of them, that Deku, we would actually get to see Deku learning this power, and it would be one of those per episode. But I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I think that this whole arc is actually going to go a lot faster than previous arcs, so yeah, look forward to that. Oh my gosh. But anyways, the point is they deal with all of that. We're back on track. Now I briefly want to discuss the idea of the second user being Bakugo, or his ancestor, or whatever. One, no, don't think that he's Bakugo. A lot of people seem to think that Bakugo did somehow go back in time. That was more of a theory from the past, but no, that is not Bakugo. Don't think that it is. It's a complete. I honestly think that it's just a different character. Some people think that he could be his ancestor, which wouldn't surprise me that much, but I'm also thinking that if that were the case, then it would be on his mother's side. I don't know. Something just tells me right off the bat that that is not on his father's side. Which we can say then that that is not the more acidic sweat thing. Instead, that would be something related to the powerful slap thing that his mother has. Which I'm forgetting what exactly the quirk is, but yeah, it's a powerful slap is basically what it is. I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it's not that. I still think that one of those two, one is a healer and one has water powers. More than likely that one is a water-based quirk person because of the gauntlets. But currently we have no idea. More than likely something like water manipulation or I don't know, something like water comes out of his arms and then he uses the gauntlets to have it shoot out. Possibly be more related to Koda to a degree. So, yeah. But, like I said, we don't really know exactly what's going to be going on in the future. But here's another factor. Bakugo and Deku both know all of the names of the users at this point. So if Bakugo noticed a name that was in his family line, yeah, he would have noticed it. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly Bakugo, but if it was like his mother's name, or I don't know exactly if it's his father or his mother who has who changed their name, but more than likely, if it's either one of them, he would probably know his mother's maiden name or his father's earlier name. I don't know which one took on which name, but the point is, he would know it. So yeah. I honestly just don't think that it's actually a new character or whatever. I think it is just a new character. It's not Bakugo or someone in his past or anything. Now, also, I briefly want to discuss the other thing that's been coming to mind a lot. What exactly is going to happen about Deku's father? A lot of people are still thinking that there's going to... there's actually a few people that have been posting stuff about Deku's father recently. Not many, but it has been enough for me to actually start thinking about it again. Do I think that Deku's father is going to show up at some point during the series? Yes, absolutely. More than likely what it's going to be is that as soon as Japan reopens, he's going to be one of the first people on that boat to come in. To basically be like, oh, Inko, oh, Izuku, I'm sorry, I should not leave as much as I do. I should never have done this. I was so worried about you. And then go off on everything that he's been seeing. Also, the other possibility is that he'll just show up in the third movie. There's a lot that I want to talk about there, but we're not going to get too in-depth with that. But the important factor to note is that Deku's father does have a fire-breathing quirk. So the fact that he's not one of Endeavor's sidekicks confuses me. So, I mean, if he is going to be involved, then that's a movie to get him involved in, because there's a lot of stuff there, and I don't want to get into too many details because this isn't a video about that, but considering the fact that it's supposed to be coming out this summer, it's something that we should at least discuss, and we will be discussing it in a future episode, or a future video, so definitely look forward to seeing that at some point soon in the future, hopefully. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell. And even if you're not new, if you just haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell, because it really helps us out a lot more than you may think. And, of course, if you do have any thoughts or theories, please leave them down in the comments below. If you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in your comment. And of course, if you do want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our social medias, our other channels, and ways that you can support us financially, including our merch store, our book, and the Patreon. And a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I'll see you guys next time. But on!